Hello, beautiful souls. I am Sarah Ariana, and in this video, we're talking about the current energies, the thinning of the veil, infiltration, and the rise of the divine feminine. Thank you so much for being here. Let's dive right on in. The current energies. This is in many layers for many of us, especially the lightworker community, where many of us are feeling there's been experiences of infiltration, or you may be feeling exhausted, absolutely exhausted, that the energies have been strange, and that you may not have been fully in your own energy. So a lot is being experienced throughout many dimensions and realms and realities. Now we also are entering the time, the thinning of the veil, known as Halloween, Samhain, or the Day of the Dead. And this is the end of October, beginning of November. We're feeling this already now. This is where the veil is thinner and that we experience more energies, more strange experiences, and there is an infiltration going on. So let's talk about this, because the infiltration has to do with the lightworker community. And some of you may be experiencing or stating, I'm not going near that. That's not my reality. I'm in love and light. I don't need any protection. Let's stop that right there. Because yes, for many of us, we are of 100% pure divine love of light of source. However, the reality is that we're in a third dimension. We're not always in 100% pure divine love of light of source. That's our intention, yes. However, we're in many energies and many different situations in this globe. And it is a responsibility that we have to take to protect oneself 100%. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest. And what's coming forth from the Divine Light Collective is this thinning of this veil, and also this infiltration that some of us are experiencing, especially right now. Divine Light Collective, the message is to begin to look back at when you first came into this world. When you first flowed into this reality as a baby. When you moved into the family that you moved into, that you were with, was it a great, loving, kind experience? And if it was for you, wonderful. If it wasn't, this is when the infiltration began. And the Divine Light Collective is wanting to bring awareness to you that the infiltration, the belief system, the trauma, the fear, what many of us experienced in so many levels, on so many levels, was to, yes, take you away from your mission and purpose in this lifetime. So going back, when you're ready in stillness, going back in contemplation, sitting on your own, you may want to journal, and going back to your earliest memories on what that looked like for you. And then going through your childhood, going through young adulthood, your partnerships, your friendships. There may have been so many light-filled ones, and there may have been partnerships or friendships, co-workers, experiences that were very, very challenging and traumatic, and that rocked you, and that you may have had to take a step back from. And then you needed to go into recovery. This is what the DLC is wanting to bring forth. Is that every time there was some kind of infiltration, it took you from moving forward onto your path. And this is the information now that they're bringing forth, is for all of us to look individually what our past, what our lifetime in this life has looked like. And then you can start to see, oh my goodness, this is where this infiltration came in. With this sibling, with this parent, with this partnership, with this work experience. And then, and this is, we're building up to how we can be in love, how to resolve this, how to step out of this energy that's been holding us back. Now we're going to pin it here for when we look through all of through our life and the experiences that we've had. And they're wanting to just take a pause there for a moment, because then now they're wanting to go back to, when did this all begin? Now they're communicating really the fall of the divine feminine, because it's all linked. This infiltration and the rise of the divine feminine, it's all linked. So let's go back to Lemuria times. Lemuria was actually a city, and Lemuria was the authenticity, the power of the divine feminine. The divine masculine protected the divine feminine. And also, simultaneously, Atlantis also was at the same time as Lemuria, certain parts of it. It was the rise and fall of Atlantis over and over and over and over again. And the distortion began in Atlantis. And it had to do with, we know this, the experiments on animals and merging of DNA and this experimentation. It began there. And it flowed into ancient Egypt. Now, there were two sphinxes. Many of you know this already. There were two sphinxes, one left now. The other one was the divine feminine, and it was obliterated. And this began in ancient Egypt. Yes, there were gods and goddesses. Yes, there were powerful goddesses and energies coming in. However, this entrapment and enslavement of the divine feminine began really seeping into the energy of Mother Earth and this reality. Now they're wanting to step forward throughout the centuries. It continued, and this is with the witch wound. So whenever we were in community, healing, in helping others, speaking up for others, there was persecution, there was torture, death, and other words that were very, very traumatic and horrific for us to experience. All of this, Lemuria, Atlantis, ancient Egypt, the witch wound, has had a cellular imprint in our DNA. All of it. And now they're wanting to bring forth the 1950s on this illusion of what came forth for humanity, that for humans to be happy, it was to have this family life with the man and the woman raising children. The woman takes care of the home, the children, has beautiful food on the table, and takes care of the husband, takes care of the family. And the DLC are coming forward and stating, this is an illusion, and this is slavery. They're actually using the word slavery because it is not balanced. And this stops here. It stops here. This illusion. Then they flowed into the 1960s where, yes, peace and love came in. However, with the energies on Earth, wasn't able to maintain that peace and love, and there was not balance. It was an imbalance of energies, and that petered out, and we flowed into 70s, 80s, 90s, into the year 2000s and beyond of technology. And here we are here in 2024, where we are on the precipice now of massive change. And this again is the light workers coming in. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. We're all working together as one in love, in light, in unity, in peace. And there's infiltrations going on now. And you may be saying, okay, well, what does this look like? Yeah, I see I had trauma with my family, my friends, certain situations, partnerships. And I've gotten out of that. I've done a lot of therapy. I've done a lot of self-work, work on myself. I've read a lot of self-help books. I've been to therapists. I've been to counselors. I've done all that. And things keep seeping in. This person came back into my life, or this was said. This distracted me away from my path. So what do I do with all this? What do I do with this? First, the Divine Light Collective is communicating. Yes, protection is important. It's beyond crystals. If you are using crystals, I use crystals. Black tourmaline, black obsidian, and tune into your own intuition on what works for you. And it is important to clear and cleanse the crystals as well. Look into this. Do your own research on this. And this does help. However, it is also you taking your own power, stepping into your own power, claiming your own power, whether you're male or female, does not matter. And setting the intention. And you can state your name. I state your name. Place protection, golden, divine love of light of source all around me. The spaces, the vehicles I am, and around. And you can state your family, members of your community, whoever's in your core circle, are divinely protected right here and right now. You can take it a step further. And you can state all energies of a lower vibration, frequency, energy, any infiltrating energies that come near me are transmuted into the light of 100% pure divine love of light of source. And watch and see if any energies want to come near you to be transmuted. Many don't. They're terrified of the light. There's been misinformation to them about being transmuted and transformed into the light. So yes, this is a time of thinning of the veil. This is infiltration. You will notice energies coming in, taking you away from your mission and purpose more than ever so. And we are on this planet of distraction. The energies that are here have created this where there is distraction with social media, with experiences, with situations. It goes on and on and on and on. However, we have the tools now. We have the tools to feel this and know this. What works, what doesn't work. Spiritual protection is important. Stating that, claiming your intention, claiming your sovereignty. The crystals are important. And the main point is leading with love. It is leading with love through intention, through your pathway of truth. Everything is through love. However, it is the understanding that there are energies that are taking you away from our paths, our missions. And for some, it is big psychic attacks or spiritual attacks, especially for those that are leading the way in 2025. There are attacks in their families. And we know this. We see this. And for others, it can be a energy that comes in, and there is this wash wave of energy that's coming around the lightworker community that is bringing in depression, tiredness, lack of self-worth, not wanting to really do anything, and going back to a way of not eating well, not exercising. It's like there's a depletion of joy that is also through this thinning of the veil. So the DLC is coming. The DLC is the Divine Light Collective. My guides, my team, they're coming forth with the communication is, this is awareness for all of us. It's a gift. And now when we become aware of it, we can increase our vibration. And this is also interesting. With this energies that are coming in, that are taking us away from missions and purposes, also for some, it will light a fire within you that will never be extinguished again. The lights of fire, a dragon fire within, that keeps you on your mission and purpose. And there's no giving up. There's no turning back either. There's no giving up and there's no turning back. You fully step into who you are meant to be. And this is letting go of what others think. This is releasing the 3D matrix and really letting go. No longer caring what people think, because you know you are here for a purpose, and you know that we are all working together to help the species, humanity, and this planet. So once the fire is lit up, you'll feel this in your chest. Some of you'll feel the warmth, and you step into your role, and whatever that looks like, you're doing it. Every day you show up. You show up. And what's beautiful is when we don't have the expectation or outcome, we are in the now moment. Everything flows beyond our wildest dreams. Beyond. The synchronicities and the experiences come in, even if you weren't thinking about it, especially when you weren't thinking about it. The divine comes in like, we're going to give you this surprise. You're welcome. This miracle is going to flow into you. You weren't thinking about this, were you? You're like, oh my gosh, this happened to me today. It's amazing. Oh my, this unfolded. This was gifted to me. That's what comes forward when we can now move out of fear, flow into no more distractions, claiming your sovereignty, knowing how magical you are. And for additional assistance, Sophie, Carolina, and myself have been guided to bring forth a cutting cord ceremony for free. This is a live Zoom event, and this is on November the 11th of 2024. And the registration link is below. And this is a cutting cord ceremony from all energies that have held us back as we rise into our divine feminine power, strength, sovereignty. Whether you're male or female, doesn't matter. This message now of this cutting cord ceremony is so important, especially because it's going to be after Witch Wound Part 2. The Divine Light Collective wanted to bring forward this Witch Wound series. It's Witch Wound 1, 2, and 3. October 9th, November 9th, December 9th. And this is for all the souls that have felt they were either a seer, a witch, a healer, a communicator back in past lives where they were persecuted, taken out for speaking up, for healing. And there's trauma within the cells and the DNA. And the first part was the focus on the root, the sacral and solar plexus. For those that feel aligned, the audio link is down below for purchase. Witch Wound 2 is on November the 9th, where we flow into healing the heart, the throat, and the third eye. All three need to be done for the full effect. And the registration link is below. And all those that register will receive the replay. And December the 9th is the final healing of the witch wound. The crown, the soul star, and all the healing flows into the earth star. And that's why it's so important for Sophie and I to bring forth this cutting cord ceremony on November the 11th after Witch Wound Part 2. For us to heal the heart, the throat, and the third eye. Cut the cords, cut the cords, cut the cords. And then on December 9th, the full healing takes place. And this free event that Sophie and I have been called to do, this cutting cord ceremony, it is a free event. And once the registration is full, and all those that register will receive the replay. Once the registration is full and the event is complete, this will be posted on YouTube for all. We've been called to do this, and this is very important at this time as the divine feminine, as we rise together. This is a huge healing that is taking place throughout the globe. And for many of us, they're showing many millions of women have stayed in partnerships where it wasn't aligned, but they felt they had no choice, especially when their partner was the sole provider. It has to do with finances. And this entrapment, the slavery comes in, being held back. And this is no more now as we reach this precipice of change for us to fully move into our power, our strength, our divinity. And we speak our truth of authenticity. This is no more. So now we move into healing, cutting the cords. And this is the support that's available for all of us. So the Witch Wound 2, November the 9th. Cutting Cords Ceremony, the free event on November the 11th. And the beautiful, beautiful Dragon Magic event for those that connect to the dragons, for those that want to connect with the dragon magic within, awakening the dragon magic within. This event is on October the 27th. And the registration link will be below for this. And this is in collaboration with Emma from Being Magic and Ananda Rose. So a lot of support coming in right here and right now with the dragons, with the healing of the witch wound, with the cutting cord ceremony. And also, we need to remember our pets and animals who have been a huge support and are a huge support for all of us here on the planet. And for those of you that would like a animal communication and healing session, I highly recommend my friend Emma from Being Magic, and the link to her website will be below. She now is opening up one-on-one sessions with your pet. And just recently, we had the most magical experience with Emma, my friend. We connected with my friend's wonderful dog. His name is Teddy B, middle name Bear. And she came forth with a beautiful reading for him that this sweet little boy that is now almost 5 months old is here to show the other pets and the animals how to make it better for their humans. Like, this is the intention of the animals. How can we help and assist the humans more? And the message from Teddy B was, ooh, it's emotional. Love is big. Love is big. So Emma, thank you for the beautiful reading for Teddy B. And for all those that want to connect with Emma, once again, her website will be below. We are in a time of transformational change. And we each have the power within. The path forward is through love. It's all about love. And if you are moving into attacks, you don't know what to do, we're looking and changing the lens now. We're claiming our sovereignty, our power back. And we can do this, especially when we work together. And especially in any situation, if you have, let's say you're a grandparent and there's trauma going around, your children with your grandchildren, maybe not even trauma, but just discord. It's not balance. This couple's fighting, the grandchildren unhappy. It's not a nice flow of the energy. You're like, what do I do? It's love. It's love. Flow love into it. When you're in meditation and stillness, flow love into the situation. Yes, this does work. Yes, it does. And it changes the energy of it. The worry, the anxiousness, the confusion, that doesn't do anything. That worsens the energy. It worsens the situation. It doesn't help the energy at hand. Love transmutes the energy. Love increases the vibration, the frequency. And this is the message from the DLC. We each have our own power within to change it now, to claim our own power back. Oof, it's emotional. We're working together here. We're working together. So yes, some of us, there's infiltration going on. There's some leaders that are being infiltrated by other energies. And it's up to us to step up, especially those of us that are clear and are aware that we can shine light, we can shine love onto these situations, onto these experiences, into this infiltration and transmute it. Love, 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 love leads the way. And for those that are able to, and keep increasing your joy, keep dancing, keep laughing, keep doing things that are very playful and fun that increase your energy and you just get lit up about, because it's helping the others that are not in a very good space or are working through the energies and are getting there. Whatever it looks like, we're all working together. So it's important, whatever stage you're at, if you're in the depths of the trenches and you want to give up, reach out for help. Set the intention. Take away all the distractions. Sit in stillness. Place your hands over your heart. Ask your team. Then you can state the following: thank you so much for the beautiful help that's coming in, of clarity, of peace in my heart, this beautiful life that I'm living. You're stating it as if you already are, as if all of your dreams, what you're wanting, is already here. And it flows in. Maybe not within that second, but then let it go. And you can state, I let go, I trust, I surrender. Thank you so much for this beautiful life, for me flowing into my mission and purpose. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And watch and wait for the magical experiences happen. And the more that you can do this, the more that you let go, the more you surrender, the more you trust, it flows in. And it happens over and over again. These miracles, manifestations of abundance, of happiness, of joy, it's over and over and over again. So yes, we are rising, the divine feminine. We are rising. And there's no going back. We're moving forward together. Love is leading the way. Oh my goodness, so beautiful. I thank you all so much for being here. And I leave this message with a video I took. This is a really special place. On this walk, there were several fairy homes. Yes, fairy homes. Now the 3D eye, you may be looking at a stump and maybe some mushrooms. Beyond the 5th dimension, there were a few fairies that were flying in on the side of my vision. It was amazing. And then in one spot, the light was shining through. And you could feel the energy in the forest of the light, of the elementals. So beautiful. Absolutely amazing. Blessings of love and light to all. Namaste. This is a fairy sacred spot. And we came across this on our hike. Look at this. So we go here and then look at there's more. There's more. There's more. Oh my God. Thank you, fairies. Thank you. You have a beautiful home. You have a beautiful home, fairies.